Thoughts.
I don't know.
Thoughts.
The way I don't know.
Thoughts.
I have a
Thoughts.
thought. I don't know.
Thoughts.
I have a thought.
Thoughts.
I'm gonna get wet.
Welcome to This Week in Camp, a show used to highlight the fun happenings at Weymouth Recreation. Returning as co-host, I'm Riley Murray.
And filling in for Kelly Barrett, I'm Erin Keating. Camp started off strong for the kids down at Wayfun this week, where Olympic Pizza donated a lunch of burgers and tater tots for the kids down at Stella Terrell Field. Let's check in with Supervisor Kelly, who asked the kids what they thought about their cheeseburgers in paradise.
Claudio, how did you feel about lunch today?
It was awesome.
What was your favorite part?
Eating the burger.
Eating the burger, awesome. Nikita, what is your favorite part of lunch?
French fries.
The French fries are your favorite part of the cookout? Yeah.
Yes.
Peter, what was your favorite part of lunch today?
The cookout,
What was the best part?
the burger, and the tater tot.
The burger and the tater tots. He's enjoying it. So how did you feel about the cookout?
I liked it.
What was the best part?
Burger.
The burger?
Yeah.
What was the best part?
Having fun.
The tater tots?
Having fun.
Having fun and the tater tots. Nice. How did you feel? How did you feel about the cookout? You heard it here first, folks.
The program Learn to Ride was in full swing at Great Esker Park. This program offers the campers the opportunity to transition from four wheels to two wheels with the help of counselors and LITs. This program is offered every day throughout the summer at Great Esker Park.
Our nature expert Spike has returned for the summer and is ready to give the kids some insights into the interesting features of Great Esker Park. I got the chance to follow Spike as they hunted for crabs, learned about mama chugs, and even trench jumped. First up, Spike and the campers set up traps to see what they could catch. Spike predicted that they would catch mama chug fish and European green crabs, and then explained where these crabs came from.
So ships, they have this little compartment underneath where they suck in water and then they suck out water. So when they were sucking in water, this crab, probably, well not this crab, but many years ago, many generations back, maybe his great grandparents, whatever, got sucked in, and then they got spit out around here, and that's where he came from.
Spike then went on to clarify how you can tell whether or not the crab was a boy or a girl.
Which one is it?
It's a male. It's a male. No.
Boy. Yeah. How do you know? How do you know it's a male?
It has a triangle.
Right. So it's got this triangle, right? If it were a female, it'd be a half circle.
After releasing the traps into the water, it was time for the campers to move on and learn a little bit more about the features of the park, more specifically, Norway maple trees.
Maybe a half century ago, a little more than a half century. So people started taking all these trees, and they liked them a lot in America. And they started planting them in their yard, like your yard. Some of your trees are, what, like 50 years old, probably 60? So they were planted, yeah. Right, so a lot of these trees were planted maybe in the 50s, right? And then once they got planted, what do they drop? They drop seeds, right? Yeah. So the seeds drop and the seeds float away, they fall, and then these trees grow really well around here. So then the seeds, they grow into trees, and then those trees drop seeds, and now it's maybe a half century later, and we find them everywhere, right? Even in the park. Do you see any houses around here?
No.
Right, so this is how far they've come. So like I said, in the 1950s, they were only in people's yards, right? Maybe a half century ago. And then the seeds kept getting dropped and the trees kept moving farther and farther. And now we find them way in the woods here, right? So this is called an invasive species. These are plants that we don't like here. Yeah, they do, because look at all, look, that's a maple, that's a maple, that's a Norway, every single tree here is a Norway maple, right? So these trees, they all block the sunlight for the other trees. They grow much faster, they grow bigger,
Next, Spike led the campers to the trenches, where they looked for the mama chugfish. After some convincing from the campers, Spike did the ultimate trench jump.
Let's hear it for Spike. All right, Spike the man. Whoa!
Before ending the day, the campers checked in on the results from the traps they set earlier, one with hot dogs as bait and the other with worms as bait.
In the hot dog one, and I don't know why, but in the hot dog one, we had all the crabs swarming over it. And then the worm one, we had all the fish swarming over it. From what we learned today, what did we catch here? What's this one?
A crab.
Green crab.
A male green crab.
Green crab, right? What, European green crab, right? Why is it called the European green
It's
crab?
green.
Right. How'd it get here?
Ship.
Right, by traveling, but how, more specifically, so by ship, right? So it got carried by the ships. It got sucked into the. Ready? I'm no touching them right now. So it got sucked into the ballasts of the ship. The ballasts are where they suck in all the water. So it got sucked in, or many years ago, not this crab, but maybe his great, and that could keep going on for a long time. Grandparents, right? So they got sucked in maybe a few hundred years ago, possibly. So we're gonna look in a sec. So let's see what this one is, if it's a male or a female. What do you think? Male. How do you know? Right, because it is a triangle.
After examining what they caught, campers brought some of the crabs back to camp, while others were brought back into the water. Shout out to nature expert Spike for such a fun day.
It's Christmas in July here at Weymouth Recreation, or at least it feels like it after watching 'Twas After Lunchtime at Way Fun. Let's check it out.
'Twas after lunchtime at Way Fun and all through Stella Park. All the creatures were stirring, some even barked. The crafts were all done by the campers with care, in the hope that their parents would be proud that they are there. Belinda pointed her finger and the campers all looked. What they saw, to put it frankly, made the campers all shook. 2 dinosaurs came out from behind the tall trees. One was pink, one was brown. It was truly a sight to see. At first, the campers found it quite hard to conceive. Dinosaurs were something they had to see to believe. The dinosaurs left a whole bunch of clues for the campers, ones that should never ever be tampered. The first stop was to find where you had to sign in. The campers ran so fast, they were determined to win. They bumped into Kelly and asked her some questions, like why wasn't she there before with the rest of them?
I wasn't here. I just got here, and now these dinosaurs are all here.
No, the pink one was you.
No, you made that up.
Why was it?
Oh, did it look like me?
No.
I probably did.
You were in there. You were in. I could see from the
I don't think so.
The second clue told them it was time to listen to some tunes. And guess who sang them that sunny afternoon? Then they ran up to the playground and got in a straight line. One after the other, they did it in no time. The kids used teamwork and cheered each other on, exactly like they did in the exercise with the songs. Each ran up the ladder and slid down the slide. I think they were the fastest kids nationwide. Then the counselors took out a pad of paper and a pen, drawing what comes to their mind every now and then. The campers needed no help guessing what they drew, especially when they drew the animal that says moo. Next, they climbed through the tunnel with ease. To them, it felt like such a breeze. They kicked the soccer ball straight into the net, ran back in line without breaking a sweat. The yellow campers went back with the gray, green, and blue. Asked them questions such as, how did you do? With the help of the counselors, they pieced together all of the clues. Once again, they are talented at what they do. The campers, they solved the riddle with glee. They ran to the big green truck, so wild and so free. A bag of candy was waiting for them to all eat. Oh, it was such a joyous treat.
Never thought I'd see a dinosaur in real life. This Week in Camp will be right back after this commercial break.
People dancing, people
Welcome back. World Cup may be one of the most exciting events in sports, but Way Cup is going to give World Cup a run for its money. Our sports correspondent Nick spoke to some of the campers/athletes participating in the games and even got some insight in their lives outside of the game.
We're at the Way Cup right now in honor of the World Cup going on. As of time of recording, we still have the semifinals going on, and then the championship game, I think, is on Sunday. So we're here today for the Way Cup. We've got the amount of talent here today is crazy. The fact that these kids out here are not in the World Cup is bananas. Maybe the U.S. would have made it into the World Cup. I don't know. But let's go check out the action. What's your strategy today with the opening games of the World Cup?
I only have one strategy, Nick. It's to win.
That's the only one.
You're letting your team lose out there by yourself.
Did you guys move on to the next round?
Well, we would have, but he mistaked and he actually scored a goal, but he didn't really know.
I don't know. I'm sensing some controversy.
We would have been in the
It sounds like they scored a goal, but they didn't move on to the next round. Can somebody explain that to me?
Well, I wasn't exactly knowing that if I had scored a goal, we would move on to the next round because I'm not a big soccer fan.
So what did you think the objective was in this game?
Just score goals and then restart.
I'm going to tell you, I'm very confused. I don't want to speculate here, but from what I was seeing, he's clearly carrying your team.
Oh, not even close. Especially when I kicked the ball into the poison, I even had to leave. Carrying the team, scoring all our goals.
Yeah, so we're actually on ball number, I guess technically 3, because there's 2 balls in play at one time.
Yep.
Because he decided to kick the ball. Show the goal. He kicked the ball over there. And straight into the poison ivy.
Way in. Definitely not retrievable.
So now we're on a new ball, but it didn't stop Tanner. Oh, Tanner, did you score the goal? I would say even if you didn't score the goal, say that you scored the goal.
No, he did. That's the thing.
It was an easier way because, like, someone already scored, so then he was trying to get the ball, so I just kicked it and then it scored.
Are you guys in the next round?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sure you guys are going to play in the next game once they start this over.
This was really unexpected because we got to the championship 2 times in a row.
Oh, so it sounds like they got lucky to get you guys out. How are you guys doing in this game so far?
I mean, me personally, not too good, bro.
How many goals have you let by? Because can you pan over there, camera woman?
Second round.
Those are all of the people who have scored goals on you, correct?
Yes.
Did you guys eat a good breakfast today? What did you guys do for this?
Well, I ate good breakfast.
Rice Krispies are pretty good.
I was prepared.
Prepared how? What'd you do?
I ran a lot today and drank a lot of water.
Can I be your partner again?
No, I'm already taken, sorry. I'm actually going into free agency. I'm like LeBron. No one can take me.
We got probably the most athletic thing that we got on tape all day so far. It was Kevin coming in guns blazing, guns hot, coming to crush the Wake Up. Thoughts?
There's nothing in this world I'm more passionate about than World Cup soccer, so whenever I see it, I full sprint over to it.
If the ball comes near us, are you going to save me?
I don't think so. You'll be right back.
This guy claims that he got me out in dodgeball when I was subbing in as a camp counselor for the April vacation camp, the great April vacation camp. Oh, you both got me out?
Yeah, I'm not getting you out.
If I recall correctly, though, we won the game. So I might have been out. I was clearly a target, which isn't fair.
I was on your team.
He was on my team, so he didn't get me out. But we won, and I remember him specifically because he was aiming for me the entire time.
And I always hit you.
If you guys had an option, there was a burrito and there was a taco in front of you. Which one would you take?
Taco.
PlayStation, Xbox.
Xbox.
Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Pokemon over Yu-Gi-Oh? I mean Yu-Gi-Oh over Pokemon? Do you think you could beat me at Fortnite?
I don't know how to play. I don't play.
I can answer that for you very poorly. Fruit Loops, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Baseball, football.
Football. Baseball.
Red Sox, Yankees.
Red Sox.
Jets, Patriots.
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 Jets, Giants.
I have no idea.
Giants.
Wrong answer. Answer is neither. Thoughts? Thoughts?
I don't know.
Who's your favorite player on the team?
David Ortiz.
He's retired.
Yeah, but he's my favorite player of all time.
Martinez. Mookie
Who?
Betts. JD Martinez.
JD Martinez.
Dustin Pedroia. JD Martinez. Mookie Betts.
Let me tell you, JD Martinez has saved my life.
He
Okay?
made 27 home runs.
I live or die because of the Boston Red Sox. And JD Martinez has saved my life. All right, guys, that's it for me here at the Wake Up World Cup. We had a ton of hot action today. We're going to get out of here. I'm a little nervous about getting hit with a ball. Some of these kids have cannons for legs. We learned a ton about the campers, from everything between burritos and tacos, Pop-Tarts and toaster strudels, Fruit Loops, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Red Sox, Yankees. Obvious answer there, but we won't talk about that for right now. That's it for me here down the Wake Up. Back to you guys.
Well, that's it for this week's episode of This Week in Camp. I hope I was able to fill Kelly's shoes that she left for me. Make sure to follow Weymouth Recreation or Great Esker Park Nature Center on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and to subscribe to Weymouth Recreation on YouTube. I'm Erin Keating.
We still have some work to do. I'm Riley Murray. See you next time.